I'm Carrie Taylor.
And I'm Andrea Luttrell. As part of Big Y's Local Love series, we're here at Cod Select in Carver, Mass. to learn about their cranberry production.
So join us as we go behind the scenes and meet with the Rhodes family.
We're inside Cod Select with Cindy and Patrick Rhodes.
Hi. Yeah, thank you so much for letting us visit you. We love coming to Carver and seeing everything that you do.
Well, welcome. We're happy to have you back.
Thank you. So could you start by telling us a little bit about the history?
Sure. So we're a fourth generation family-owned business. My husband and I have 3 sons who work in various roles throughout the business. We purchased the company in 2005. 2009, we made the decision to go with frozen cranberries. People told me it would never happen. Frozen cranberries would never sell in the grocery store. Myself could nenever understand why they weren't in the grocery store, so I did the market research, and almost nearly 10 years later, we're the #1 selling frozen cranberry in the country.
And we know that you have such an amazing product. We love talking about it and living well, eating smart, so we support that.
We're happy you pursued that.
Yeah. And now, Patrick, what is your role here at Cod Select?
So, I'm one of the sons, so being in a family business, it's a little bit of everything, but my main focus is on sales and marketing. So getting the product out there and, educating consumers, and, just letting people know the quality of our product and the health benefits of cranberries and things like that. So really kind of spreading the word on things.
Are we going to have a chance to see the production and kind of see what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a good day today. We're going to get you guys out into the field a little bit, show you our processing facility, and we'll see some cool stuff.
Great, we can't wait.
So here we are, lifelong dream New Englanders, wearing waders, standing in a cranberry bog near the Cape.
Yep,
Thank
for
you.
sure. It's kind of a bucket list item for people.
Yes.
Absolutely. So tell us about this type of harvesting.
Yes, so this is what we call the water harvest or the wet harvest, and as you can see, we're a little bit wet here. So what we do is we actually pump water onto the bogs from our reservoirs, enough so that the machine can come over and knock the berries off. As you can see, the berries clearly float to the surface.
Yes.
And then we'll continue pumping up the bog a little bit more so that all the berries can kind of float together, and then we'll pump them out of the bog and into a truck back to our facility where we can clean them up a little bit.
Now, you were saying these cranberries are the ones that we actually see as your customer, frozen in Cod Select.
Yeah, exactly. The same berries here will eventually make it into one of those frozen bags in the store after a little bit of cleaning and fixing up. And
TLC.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll get that nice high quality product that you're used to.
But they are beautiful, even just floating in the water. And they seem to be a little bit bigger than what you would maybe normally see.
Yeah, so it's actually, this is a different variety than what you typically see in fresh cranberries. It's a little bit bigger, a little bit juicier, and actually a little bit sweeter too than the typical cranberry. So, still has that nice cranberry tart, but a little bit sweeter.
So is wet harvest the only way you harvest?
Nope, so there's actually a dry harvest as well, so let's go check that out.
Let's go.
So now we're here at the dry bog doing what's called our dry harvest.
So how is dry harvesting different than what we just saw?
So obviously we're missing the water here. What it actually is we use a totally different machine which kind of combs through the vine and scoops them off. It's a little more gentle on the berry.
And we learned that the wet harvesting brought us the cranberries we use for our frozen products for Cod Select. What are these cranberries used for?
So these are the cranberries that go into fresh fruit and retailers. We do both domestic and export with it, but basically the dry harvest method allows it to remain on the shelf a little bit longer before it goes bad, whereas our frozen cranberries we're getting right into a freezer, so that's not an issue.
So between wet and dry harvest, then what happens to the cranberries?
So we collect all the cranberries into a truck, whether it's in these gray bins or the other trucks that we use for the wet harvest. We get everything back to the facility and then we start running it through. We have a process that first eliminates some of the leaves and vines, and then anything that can come in from the field is getting taken out first. Sticks, leaves, vines, rocks, anything like that gets taken out first. Then we actually use, it's called an optical sorter. It's a pretty high-end piece of technology that's able to look at every single berry as they're passing through at a high rate of speed and be able to identify what's good and what's bad. And it will actually use a dart of air to shoot out the bad berries while leaving the good berries to continue on through. And then we do something that not a whole lot of people are doing. We actually wash and dry our fruit so that it's pre-washed and ready for the customer. And then the very final step to that is, of course, to have real people sorting through the cranberries, looking at it, you know, people who can use judgment over a machine and decide what's best for the customer and what they want to see in there. And then after that, we're ready to put it into bags and get it out to stores.
Thank you so much, Pat and Cindy, for having us at Cape Cod Select.
You're welcome. It was our pleasure.
Now, make sure you stop by your local Big Y and pick up your favorite flavor of Cape Cod Select frozen cranberries.
And be sure to follow us on Facebook at Big Y and Living While Eating Smart for more local love adventures.